Hello, beautiful people. It is so good to see you. I am back in Montmartre. It's beautifully sunny today, but today seems to be the day that all the jets from the nearby air military base seem to be doing their tactical formations or whatnot. So let's see if we get through this without any sound interruptions of like G-force rumbling in the skies. So I was recently asked this question by my Canadian teammate Kayla Alexander when we were back in Edmonton for the November qualifier or the pre-qualifier for the Olympics. And we were just chilling in our room, hanging out, and she slipped this question real slyly to me. And it's kind of funny. It makes me laugh because I ask other people this question all the time and I talk about how important it is, and a lot of times people never ask me the same thing. So it was kind of like a bit of the questioner is questioned type vibes. But she asked me, what is your definition of success? And if you guys have followed this channel or my social media outlets for a little bit, you know that I am always talking about defining and redefining success for yourself. So she asked me that question, what is your definition of success? Kayla is such a cool person. She's so curious, and she actually just published a children's book, which is perfect for this time of year if you have some kids on your Christmas list that you haven't yet bought it for. So I will definitely put a link to her website down below in the description box. So yeah, she asked me, what is your personal definition of success, Miranda? All right, so my personal definition of success. Well, success to me is when my professed values line up with my actual lived values. And I will get into that in a moment, but it's essentially walking the walk, not just talking the talk. Now, the thing about using the word values is that I feel like it's very loaded and everybody has different definitions about what it is. And it feels so vague and hard to define and philosophical, like out there in the world of like ethics and religion, and something that is thought about when you are meditating or on a retreat or something. But it's really not that complicated, or at least it shouldn't be. So let me break it down for you for a second. So our values are what we find valuable. That first step is easy enough to digest, but what we find valuable is defined by something that is worth exchanging something precious for. Now, what is something precious that we can exchange that we will never get back, worth far more than money? It is our time and it is our energy. Therefore, our values, those things that we find valuable, are that which we spend time and energy on a daily basis. So if you want to really get in touch with what your values are, all you have to do is take a look at your daily actions, behaviors, habits. That is a physical manifestation of what you find valuable. You don't have to go searching in your mind on a mental level for that to define what you think you find valuable. What you find valuable is already apparent if you look in the right place. Just look at what you actually do, what you trade your time and energy for. So there's a Mark Manson quote about this that totally rung true to me when I read it, and has that same idea in mind about exchanging something for something. So I will read it for you. Many of us state values we wish we had as a way to cover up the values we actually have. And that rung so true to me because so often we project who we wish we could become instead of taking a look at what we actually are. And that's not in a critical way, it's just in a realistic way so we can see where we are and where we can improve and where we can learn. So that's why I say I feel like I will be successful if what I say that I want to become, or what I aspire to be, or what I deem as valuable is really what I do and act out on a daily basis. So my question for y'all, and one that I constantly ask myself, is, do your current values, the way that you actually act, reflect those that you espouse, what you say you value? So the second part of my definition of success has to do with what my attention is on, what my focus is on. I want to continually develop myself so I can be the best that I can be. I want to cultivate my best me. And in the meantime, continue cultivating your best you. I chase wisdom, I chase knowledge, I chase failures, I chase unexpected situations, all of the above, because I know that there are so many lessons to be learned that will build me, that will bring different things into my life that I did not expect, but that will actually be for the better. There will be situations that will humble me. There will be situations that will hurt me as well, but I know that I will grow from that. So I have always searched for that knowledge and wisdom and growth, maybe to a fault, but that is something that really makes me shine, like makes me live. It brings me joy. Now, there really is no end goal to this. I will never reach a point where I feel like I've arrived, I am my best me. But for me, the happiness is, and the success is in the striving. And this view I have found best reflected in Aristotle's view of eudaimonia. And the best description or definition of this that I found on the web has been via Crash Course. And if you don't know this channel on YouTube, you should check it out. It is a superb tool to use. They cover everything from history to geography to politics to psychology, philosophy. And they break down this somewhat dense virtue theory of Aristotle's that is super interesting, so you should definitely check that video out. I will link it down below, but I will put here the definition that they gave of eudaimonia. A life of eudaimonia is a life of striving. It's a life of pushing yourself to your limits and finding success. A eudaimonistic life will be full of the happiness that comes from achieving something really difficult rather than just having it handed to you. So when I'm striving to be my best, when I'm striving to live out my values, I am at my happiest. I feel like that's when I am my best self because I'm learning and growing. And also part of that is sharing and experiencing with others as well. So this definition of success kind of turns into a lifestyle, because in order to follow that definition of success, your life and your daily actions have to reflect that. So I have been trying to and will continue to build a lifestyle that will direct me towards my definition of success. So in order to do that, I need to be financially independent enough to work for myself on my own time and from anywhere in the world. And I do not currently have that flexibility at this point in my life. And that is okay. This is just to know where I want to be next. So I know that I want all of those things under my control so that I can continue to live out a life that is successful on my terms. I need to be able to have time with my family, which is something that I find valuable and that I don't have the time to do right now with my current career. So my definition of success is fairly loose because I like to leave room for surprise, because I believe that we can't know what is in the future. I don't think that's an especially extreme view because we can't know what's in the future, but it's important to be open to a lot of experiences. So the definition of success is not necessarily a step-by-step a program of what your life will be. It's more of a direction or a path that we can have to show and direct us of where we should be headed, so we're less distracted by things that are less valuable, that are hurtful, that are wasteful, and that can keep our attention on things that will be building us up and that will be building those around us up as well. And a definition of success also itself must be open for redefining, the actual definition, because as we go through life, we will change and we will grow. Our values and priorities will shift as we grow and shift, as well as people come in and out of our lives, as our family structure changes, as we age, as we go through different seasons of our life. And our definition of success has to in turn reflect that change, and it has to be flexible enough to take all of that into account. So it's not a one and done deal. It's something that we constantly have to reflect on and adjust. All right, so given all of that, and now that I've shared my personal definition of success with y'all, what do you think? What is your definition of success? What is your values? What are your values? What do you find valuable? What is worth exchanging your time and your energy for? Like, are those questions that you ask yourself on a regular basis, or something that you're gonna note down to do later? I would love to hear what you guys think. Like, I think it's a super important topic and something maybe that we don't ask ourselves or ask each other enough. So I'd love to hear from you guys. Reach out either down below in the comments, or as always, you can connect with me on social media. Instagram is best. You can connect with me at Miranda Joy Beyond. So I would love to hear from you guys. Reach out, say hello, share your personal definition of success. And in the meantime, continue cultivating your best you.